Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Freeform Disney. Yeah, been a whole long time, right, Sportan? And hello there, by the way. Well, hey, didn't know this was dropping today, but I guess we're, 5 weeks out? So, we're getting close, so we've got a full trailer for Bad Batch. And, hey, I'm ready to go ahead and watch it with all of you. So, definitely, as I said, super excited right here. Bad news too, though. It's coming out Fridays after that. They're going to go ahead and release Bad Batch at the same time as Loki's coming out later. Oh, man, that's going to be a mess. Anyway. But anyway, I've got it up here. I'm going to make sure my audio's up, so you should be able to listen to that as well over here. So you should be able to hear me and it. See it here in the... Oop, look at the right way. It's over here. In the channel section next to the About section. Oh, you're right. Yes, good point there, Sportad. Okay, yes, I will go ahead and do that. Thank you. I didn't even think about it. Okay, so it is Bad Batch time. So let's go ahead and watch the new trailer. See what this is all about. As I said, no worries about things over my head or anything else like that, because we'll watch it here. Usually it's okay on trailers. Usually. Not always, but hopefully it is today. So here we go. So it looks like we got a few of you in. Gonna go ahead and start this on up. The audio looks like it should be good. So here we go.
A test is in order. 5 enhanced clones.
Tarkin talking.
More capable than
I love Tarkin being in here like this.
Yet they exhibit a concerning level of disobedience in disregard
Just a bit.
for orders.
But talking like this seems like this is further back, right?
Give me more!
Our squad's nothing but trouble.
We'll see more Camino. So it looks like maybe we'll get to see a little more of the backstory too during the Clone Wars. Yeah, nice. I was hoping for a bit of that.
You're Clone Force 99.
You know who we are.
Hunter,
Let's go.
What the heck is that?
Echo,
Hyperdrive's
Yeah.
Tick,
prepping to jump.
Reckon,
But Echo only gets added so late. Nice.
We're all you need.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
I want Clone Force 99 found and wiped out.
The galaxy's a dangerous place.
Yeah, that's post-Clone Wars, isn't it?
We need to get out of here. What do you say, kid? You want to come with us?
how can I help?
Who is he?
The Clone Wars have ended.
Oh, wow.
You can either
That was a cool bow and arrow.
survive or die with the past.
Oh, man, there's so much in here. And there was Fennec Shand right there.
It's yours.
Oh, I recognize him. Who the heck was
Do
that?
what we do. Strap in, kid.
Just a little bit right there. Wow. Oh, nice. Oh, super exciting. And hell, we're just over a month out. So, it's going to be fun. Oh, I got to go ahead and look through some of these pieces in here because there is so much sitting in here. Let's go ahead and just, I'm just going to play and pause, I think.
A test.
It's like, and the visuals, by the way, oh, these are beautiful. Yes, it definitely seemed a couple of familiar faces, but I said I love the quality of the graphics we're getting in here too. It's like, oh, the animation's nice. Let me go and mute that so you don't hear as I play and pause. That might get a little annoying. Yep, the training spot here. But again, this is all 5 of them in the training spot, so this means Echo is involved at this point too. So we are very late in the Clone Wars, or probably after the Clone Wars are over, right? Even for seeing this training spot. And over here we've got Tarkin. It's like it. Actually, by Tarkin's face, you can get some idea of the passage of time too. So this definitely looks a little older of a Tarkin than even where he is at the end of, say, Revenge of the Sith. Oh yeah, me too, Sportan. If this is the future standard for their animation, oh yes, please. But yeah, I think this Tarkin looks a little older than Revenge of the Sith Tarkin. That's definitely what I'm feeling right there. Okay, I gotta look. Of course, it's animation in the style, so I grant that could go ahead and also screw with it, but let us just take a look, shall we? Obviously, I'm not going to go play episode 3. That might be problematic. But we can put it up there on the screen and take a look at it and compare it. So let us go ahead and pull up some Revenge. And I got it muted, so at least that audio is not about to pop up. Let's see. Let me pull it over there so don't get in trouble for that. Let's see. Let's get a look at Tarkin and Revenge of the Sith, see if we can make a guess on age comparison. I mean, I know his background, but I mean, if we compare our two Tarkins here, so see if we compare our two Tarkins here, it's like I don't know. Again, and back to the Clone Wars / in this case Bad Batch animation style to it too, right? But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a younger Tarkin than Rebels, as he well should be. There's no way we're anywhere close to that time frame. But he's definitely older than the last time we saw him in Clone Wars by a significant bit. But as I said, this is somewhere close to post-Revenge of the Sith, probably in the course. I think it's supposed to be a matter of a week or so at most after Revenge of the Sith. And I would argue that this Tarkin here is probably aged by, say, at least a good few years. Oh, hello there, Mike. Yeah, early days of the Empire. Still clones rather than stormtroopers, exactly. Although we hear the order to eliminate them, so if we're starting to do that, it's probably not too much later till we start decommissioning the clones after that. Oh, yeah. Good point, Sportan. Yeah, as I said, I saw that in the notification that came across that apparently it's like a 70-minute episode, something like that. Yeah, 70-minute premiere. And of course, the sadness to me, though, is that I was worried they'd do this with Bad Batch, but they're going to go ahead and be doing Fridays on Bad Batch. The first one will be Tuesday because it's May the 4th, but after that, they're going to switch to Fridays, which means for a while we're fine because there's no Marvel shows for the entire month of May until June 11th. But then they're going to start having Bad Batch and the Marvel shows at the same time, and it's like, ooh, that's painful. Again, I am making my bets. I'm strongly betting that when we get to the end of the year in December and they go ahead and bring forward the new Boba Fett show, I'm going to make a strong bet that they will have 2 different dates. So Marvel and Star Wars will no longer be on the same day. Sadly, they don't quite put Bad Batch up to the same level for that. Oh, hello there, Mickey. Mikey? I said, hopefully I got that right one way or the other there. Except if we only have 5 episodes. Oh, let's hope that's not the case. Dang. Oh, I mean, we are starting with a nice, beautiful 70-minute premiere, which I mean, wow, that's like 3 episodes all together. I mean, hey, if we do 3 episodes every time, then I suppose we could go ahead and do the whole show before we get back to Marvel. Okay. What else to look at in here? Let's see. Got Wrecker going in there. Was that Hunter? Wrecker's just fun. I mean, you can't say Wrecker's not fun to watch. Okay, that's cool getting to see, the full set and pausing that here. This is Echo here on the side, isn't it? Yeah, because here's Crosshair. So this is Echo's outfit in full. Just getting to look at that. And fun on the red stripe on the side. Nice. Hello there, Grumpy Dad. No, I have not heard how many episodes. I'm incredibly curious, but I have not heard an answer to that yet. I definitely would love to know the answer. I'm hoping it's more toward a Clone Wars length. Say we get at least 20 episodes. Oh, I'd love that. But as I said, I have not heard an answer to that yet. So hopefully soon. Hopefully soon we get that answer. I mean, with the 70-minute premiere, I mean, maybe the total number of episodes will be lower. But also, I mean, Rebels in its first and final seasons is shorter, so maybe they'll be a little shorter because of that too. Yeah, hard to say. But I'm all about give me more. Give me more right there. This is a good close-up view of Tarkin talking about what his age is here. And this, yeah, I don't know. I do feel this is probably at least, let's say, 5 years post-Clone Wars, right? What? Yeah, tricky thing. Let's see. Because, let's see, the clones were... As in, most clones were decommissioned by, 4 BBY? Which obviously gives us plenty of time to play with. But... Tricky. I don't know if... Do we fully know the timing on the decommissioning of the clones? I'm not sure if we know the full timing on them. Yeah, okay. Just trying to quickly look and see if we knew anything on the exact timing of the decommissioning, because that would give us an idea too. But this Tarkin's got to be 5-10 years older than the end of Clone Wars, right? Being that we're using the same animation from Clone Wars, and certainly we've seen him back during the Clone Wars a number of times. So yeah, as I said, that's my feel here. Anyway. Oh, I also hope they're doing more seasons, Sport, and I hope this won't be the only one. By the way, these are cool little, ships coming in here, and I love that we're back at Camino, getting to see some more. So what do we have here? And where are we? Is this the underbelly of Coruscant? That's what I think, because we've seen Coruscant in here, I think, too. So I'm wondering if that's where we're at right here. We see lots of parts. So we got Hunter going ahead and moving through on a speeder bike. No idea if this person is going to matter. Don't recognize them either, I'll say that. Looks like he took something from him, though. But yeah, that's got to be the underbelly of Coruscant. It's an interesting, different part of Coruscant, though. Look at some of the architecture in here. This is intriguing. Interesting. I'm not used to that. From the studio that brought you the Clone Wars. More than just the studio. I would have said it's something like even the creator. Hello there, Dodo Durestan. Hello there, Mike. Gradual process. They start making... Yeah, the new clones almost immediately. But yeah, it takes them a good while to phase them out. Okay. So in Ahsoka, it's mentioned in a line that it's not long after they decommission them. Interesting. Although obviously, yeah, sure. You mentioned retcon. We could obviously retcon all kinds of things right here, couldn't we? By the way, this being battle droids just makes me feel that maybe we're in a flashback here, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, heck, we've already run into one group of battle droids in Rebels that weren't actually turned off by the shutdown order. So it's possible, not to mention it's also possible some people went ahead and grabbed some battle droids, put them back up, and have them up and running. So it's possible either way. If I could see Echo in here, that would answer that question, I suppose. I don't know, I only count 4 of them running. Got some clones to work with there, some normal clones. Yeah, here, this image too, it also again looks like just the 4 of them. Yeah, so both of those look like they're just the 4 of them. I don't see Echo in either of those spots, so those might be flashbacks, which would be great because that means we can bring in all kinds of people that died. I was hoping we might get some flashbacks in there. But yeah, like here, as I said, in this image, no, I don't, because there's Wrecker, there's Hunter. I said, because I'm trying to judge on that red on the arm there. Tricky. Because we know Echo's got a bit of red on the arm. Interesting. Try to, use bits and pieces to try to figure this out, right? And who the heck is he? There's a good freeze frame. Interesting, though. Yeah, so it's someone human over here on Camino, of all places. I mean, based on this, I don't know. He just feels royalty-ish to me. Huh. So any bets on who this is? Anyone? Anyone got something on that? It's interesting we're bringing someone who seems to be as young as him in. I'm wondering that's part of what they're doing to be able to make the show appeal to more of a larger age range, maybe. If so, I understand why they're doing it. Wouldn't be my preference, but hopefully that's not the case. Who knows? What do you think, a girl? Oh, interesting. Yeah, could be. Let's listen to that audio there.
You're Clone Force 99.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, given the red on the arm and how much, I really think those other spots were probably flashbacks because there was just the 4 and having the actual battle droids in there. So I'm thinking we got flashbacks, which is nice. Like Ezra and Rebels, I think, for the age. Yeah, that's a good call right there. Could be. Keep going with these freeze frames. Oh, that's not a bad freeze frame right here. Well, that is interesting with Hunter completely out of uniform in this one. And you see we've got clones on the other side. So this must be after the termination orders come out for him. I mean, it's got to be just seeing the clones on the flip side here. Ouch. Now, where are we? This is, given the billboard up here. Let's see if I get out of the way. Given this, we might be on Coruscant or some other, some other big city that's a little seedy of an area. But given that we saw Coruscant earlier, I'm going to guess Coruscant again if I had to make a guess here. If I had to make one. Yeah, and there he fights and starts killing some clones. Oh, man. That's got to get you a bit, right? Nice Imperial ship right here. Definitely in the newer style. Look at that. That's going to be part of the fun of this, too. But we don't fully know just how long the show will go and how much time it'll cross over. But another reason I hope the show will go a bit. See if we can see those ships for a bit. Oh, what interesting. That's part of the fun here, too, is being able to get some new ship designs, maybe. Nice. So here we are, assume back on Camino again with the other clones. So before they're decommissioned. So what do you think? Think that order for them to be executed will come in our big 70-minute premiere right there? Wow, this looks like I swear the ship looks like it's already down on a planet, right? But you can see the explosions down here in the bottom too. So maybe we're going into the atmosphere on that. Yeah, look at it explode as they started it up. Another nice shot of all of them right there. Although, hey, see, this is my... no. So the shot of the 4 of them earlier, this might be what it is. Because again, Echo does have the red on the arms, as we can see up here. And yeah, we don't have set Crosshair in this image. And this looks like the same planet we were looking at before. So maybe it's not a flashback, but instead it's just the 4 of them, and Crosshair is probably up somewhere in a sniper position, if I had to guess. Hello there, Darscal. Hello. Yes, we have something to watch in May. Yes, and may the 4th be with you, too. But yeah, given that that's at 4, I'm guessing if we drop back to that earlier spot, maybe it's not a flashback. I kind of love it to be one, but that's making me feel that it might not be here. Because the world looks similar. I can definitely view that as being potentially the same world right here. In which case, that's Echo in the background right here. Again, both Echo and Crosshair have some red up on that shoulder, so tricky. Yeah, interesting whether he leaves or not. That's an interesting question, too. I was just chalking it up to him being a sniper and therefore off at a distance, but it's a good point, too. Maybe there's something else going on with Crosshair not being in some of these shots. Nice. The nice group of everybody as Tarkin showing up. But this is his whole wipe them out. Nice shot of Fennec Shand right there. That's a really good shot. I'll have to take a screenshot of that and pull that out for something. Now, where are we here? This is interesting. So this is a new location right here. And man, I do not recognize that creature either. Anyone recognize the creature? Let's pop back here. Is Tarkin the main villain? Interesting. I mean, he could be, but I don't think we'd overuse him in a way, too. I mean, he's the one to give the order. It makes sense. I mean, I don't know what we're doing with the Bad Batch to talk about a main villain. Because part of the description before was that they'd go out and become mercenaries. If they're just mercenaries, I'm not sure that we have a solid villain in that kind of way. That's going to be an interesting question. Interesting question. I'm not even sure what to fully guess on that. Them all sneaking through in there. He almost feels like Boba Fett's age the first time we see him back in Clone Wars and that kind of thing. Which I think is a little younger than Ezra. But he definitely seems quite mature for whatever age we're showing him at. Nice. Get to see them of their ship. Ah, here's a better shot of all this. Like you were saying, in the last trailer, we saw another group of clones hunting them. And it's weird that we don't see them here. Yeah, it is interesting. Maybe this is more geared toward the first episode and the other clones hunting them is coming up later. Because if they're being hunted, I'm sure that's going to last at least a few episodes for us. But yeah, here we go. I mean, at night, this might be the ship we saw them messing with where the engine starts exploding earlier on. Man, that bow and arrow is cool. Look at that. And there's Rex. Yes, true. Darscal, you say you've got a few theories with that Maul and Crimson Dawn are going to show up. Oh, yeah, they certainly could. That would be fun. Oh, there's so many people we can bring back in, see him. I mean, I expect we'll see Commander Wolf in here at some point, too. Yeah. Yeah, talking about them working with the kid and Rex. Yeah, agreed. Look at this. Nice, I don't know, what word do I want to use for the piece on his arm there? Well, anyway. I wonder if it's connected to how the bow and arrow works, too. Look at this. Wow. Interesting. I said, you see all the clones up here in our big armored tanks. What a mess this looks like. Now for bonus points, where exactly are we? Are we on Coruscant right now? Is that the... Oh man, I feel like I should know this one. We have a number of Twi'leks in here, though. There's a bunch of Twi'leks. Like, here's a Twi'lek. This is a Twi'lek. Another one. Another one. Obviously, a number of these are duplicated, I grant. But it's interesting as far as any non-humans in here. Most of these people seem to be humans. Although they've got some interesting colors. Let's see. Got some comments from you guys there. Oh, looks like a Night Sister bow and arrow. Yeah, you're right. It does. That's a good point. Oh, hello there, Geek Girl. And Darth Scale, you're asking, is it possible for Grogu showed up? Oh, yeah, that would be cool if we see Grogu show up. Oh, that could be a ton of fun. We could definitely see Grogu pop in. Yeah, no, this is an interesting shot right here. Definitely an interesting shot. Cool to see a little Hera or Caleb, yes. Oh, at that time, yeah. Just to see them pop in somewhere would be cool. Oh, man, taking out other clones right there. Oh, look at that go. Could be some interesting stuff going on. Let's see if we can get that frozen right there. By the way, speaking of Crosshair not being in shots, right? Here's again another shot just of 4 of them. Everyone but Crosshair once again. That's really interesting that we keep not having Crosshair in some of these. Yeah, as I said, we got the young Caleb in Clone Wars Season 7, so definitely we could see him pop up. We've got these people over here. Fennec Shand. As I said, we got to be on Coruscant in this one, right? Taxi. I mean, I could look up the translation on that, but I'm assuming that's taxi. Let's see. I don't know my Orabesh well enough to go ahead and translate without going ahead and looking at something to do it. It's not taxi, is it? No, yeah, because that triangle is an X. And that's an I. Yeah. I thought it's taxi. Just gotta look. Just in case they do something screwy, huh? Oh, we got some more stuff in the chat. Let's see, what else do you got there? The original design, yeah. How do I think the Bad Batch feel about killing other clones? Oh, I wonder that one, because we see them do it a few times. Now, for the Bad Batch, I don't think it's the same as their other brothers, because I always got the feeling that, from what little we saw of them, I should say, that they feel themselves different, maybe superior in a way to normal clones. So, because of that individuality and whatnot, I wonder if that makes it easier, but it's still, I mean, that's got to be a haunting thing. There's some PTSD sitting in that. And if we explore that, that would be great. Oh, man, if we could get that kind of level of depth in there, oh, I'd love that. Question about if their chips didn't work because of their mutations. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, we've made them more unique, so, I mean, we can definitely find some excuses to do it. Definitely we could. It makes sense for him to hold... Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier, too. You know, about it making sense for him to hold back because he's off in a sniper position. Even in that meeting, it's possible, but hard to say. As I said, while we're grasping at straws and trying to read the tea leaves, and I have no idea who that is. If anybody knows who that is, more credit to you. Feel free to toss it in the chat, but I certainly don't have any idea who this person is right here. With Saw Gerrera here, I wonder if we'll see when he really starts to... Oh, yeah, that could be fun. That could definitely be fun. You're saying that's Saw? Right there? I guess the scars are right, aren't they? Huh. Okay. Now I've got to... Let's see. Are the scars right? Yeah. I mean, if we look at that, let's see. I mean, you can see the scars here, same green eyes, but yeah, I mean, we've got the scar up here. And as I said, he's got the other scar too right here, so yeah. Sounds like, yeah, I would agree. I think I would agree. Yeah, so, yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of other images of Saw, while we're at it. So here's back there, and here's Saw later. So, yeah, no, I agree with you. That looks like our Saw. Just seen him older too much recently. That's my claim. So yes, Saw Gerrera and some of his people. Very fun, very fun. Let's see. Yeah, Star Scowl. Working on it. I think it'll come out next week. I've got a couple other things I I'm going to try to toss out before then, but I'm thinking I'll pop it up there next week for the what if. So, yeah, ton of things, and I think I'm being too picky on my own writing of the what if. So, in fairness, I think I am. I think I just need to get it out there. And certainly, it's only going to be a part one. I mean, there's just too much to talk about to go ahead and do everything as to what the heck would come out of that what if. Speaking of that one, anyway. Other what ifs are dime a dozen sometimes. Okay. What else do we have in here other than Saw Gerrera? Oh, look at these droids in here. Is this kind of the coloring of the Commerce Guild, or the? Yes, no, with the yellow and kind of it's a kind of a grayish black going on. Maybe something like that. Yeah. Anyway, another interesting question right there for us. I said, and that's one of our slavers right there. Look at that. So does that mean we're on... It's like, I don't feel like we're on their planet, though, with this. This feels like some other planet, but it could be there. I mean, this coloration is similar. What's the name of the Zygurian's planet? Is it... I think I'd have that one down, too, while I'm at it. It is Zyguria. Okay. I doubted my own self on whether it was Zyguria or not. But is this planet here Zyguria in the background? So we certainly have a Zygurian. He's got his slave rope on him. It's interesting for our people to be doing something with that. On the other hand, I mean, if this is at this point that they're mercenaries already, there could be a bunch of reasons for them perhaps going ahead and doing things here. I mean, certainly some of this feels like it could be Zyguria, though. So maybe we're off on Zyguria in this one. Bonus points. Who recognizes that planet? Anybody want the bonus points today? So what planet are we on here? If anybody can identify that one for you. Might be a little beyond me on identifying that planet. Too many, shall we say, M-class planets. Any chance that that's Zyguria itself as well? I mean, it's a possibility that's Zyguria right there. It would fit with the fact we just saw Zyguria a moment ago. Or at least I think it's Zyguria we saw a moment ago. So I'm going to vote that that's probably Zyguria. That's what I think I'm going to go with on which planet this is. Darscal tossing out Kashyyyk and Naboo. Sportan combining universes, and it's Earth. Oh, man. Things that I hope we never do. Yeah. Could be Kashyyyk. Yeah, Kashyyyk, Naboo. I don't know if I feel the right, like it feels like Naboo is usually shown, though. Huh, interesting. Okay. So it looks like we did all of that. Let's go ahead and watch the whole thing again. Let's do it in full while we're at it. Oh, because I want to see it one more time at least. So let's definitely go ahead and get ready to go do that. Because why not when you can? Okay. Let's see, I've got the audio back up so you guys can all listen in on this right here. I think these two are more green. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I said Naboo, I've got an image in my head, and I was thinking it was a little more green. Kashyyyk, I mean, with all its force, it would make sense to be more green, too. But yeah, good point on the unfinished episodes that were on Kashyyyk too. That's a good point. But I'm not entirely sure what Kashyyyk looks like. Okay, let's pop this up for a second. Okay. This is an image of Zygeria. That's why I'm saying it's similar in feel to the Zygeria right there. So that's why I was thinking maybe Zygeria. Let's see. And Kashyyyk as a planet. Yeah, Kashyyyk as a planet, definitely. I mean, if they're going anything for this look, probably not Kashyyyk. Same kind of problem with Naboo here. If they're going anything like this look for Naboo, then it's not going to be Naboo either. I mean, it's closer to Kashyyyk here, at least in some of that coloration. But I don't know. I feel Zygeria has some of the colors, you know, that would fit with what we saw in there. And with the Zygerian Slaver a moment before, and what very well might have been Zygeria. I'm going that way. That's my bet, is Zygeria. But hey, you all know me so far. My theories tend to be off anyway, so take them with a giant grain of salt. Yeah, we've never been to Kashyyyk on Clone Wars after 7 seasons. It is true. It almost happened, right? But not quite. Alright, let's go watch this again. Got the volume up so you can all hear it as well. And then we will go ahead and play this through.
A test is in order.
Here we are in Kamino.
5 enhanced clones. More capable than an army. Yet they exhibit a concerning level of disobedience in disregard for orders.
I love Tarkin's concern with it. He's right to be concerned on it. Dang if he's not.
Our squad's nothing
Those
but
ships.
trouble.
I wonder what he's still here on Coruscant.
But we get the job done.
Back to the question on Crosshair. We will see when it comes up, but like that's all 5 of course, but
Let's go.
there.
Echo.
Hyperdrive's online.
Tick.
Prepping to jump.
Ricken.
Again, I'm gonna go with Crosshair being in the background somewhere in a sniper
And
position.
Crosshair.
Your move.
We're all
Nice.
you need.
I want Clone Force 99.
Listen,
found and
Tarkin
wiped
pop on
out.
in like this.
The galaxy's a dangerous place to be.
We need to get
I
out
wonder
of
what's
here.
going to happen with Fennec. Again, if our Bad Batch is going to become mercenaries,
What do you say, kid?
Fennec
Wanna
could
come with
easily
us?
fit in.
How can I help?
The Clone Wars have ended.
Man, I still have to question what that kid's even doing on Kamino in the first
Adapt to
place.
survive, or die with the past.
Oh, that's probably where we are. Of course, of course.
We do what we do.
Yeah, we've got to have Boa show up.
Strap in, kid.
Nice. Oh, it's going to be fun. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. I guess I have one other planet that I want to check. What about Onderon? What about Onderon itself? Because is it possible that we're on Onderon in that spot? It would make sense for running into Saw Gerrera if we are in Onderon earlier.
And Crosshair.
Make sure you don't have to keep listening to the audio as I do it this time, though. Too far through, right? Yeah, on top of that, that's Saw Gerrera talking over here, too, I think. Here, I'll put the audio back up for a second.
You can either adapt and survive.
Because that sounds like the person we have talking to Saw at a different spot, too. So, in that case, what are the odds of this being Onderon, then? I mean, Onderon, as we haven't seen it before, because look at this animation. Man. I mean, this is such beautiful animation right here, though. But yeah, I'm starting to think maybe this could be Onderon. Although the Twi'leks are killing me, though. Because again, I swear we've got Twi'lek, another Twi'lek. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, there's so many Twi'leks in here. Are there a bunch of Twi'leks on Onderon that I didn't know about? Messy. Because again, it doesn't feel like Ryloth to me. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but it does not feel like Ryloth. Even though we have... And actually, if it was Ryloth, I'd expect the majority of these people to be Twi'leks, not... what is probably a significant minority here. Because again, we've got people that seem human. Here's some clones. But again, it would make sense for running to Saw if that's the case, and we have Saw voice over this section. I'm liking the Onderon idea here anyway. Regardless of where it is. Man, this animation is so beautiful right here. I mean, this is a nice continuation / evolution of what we were seeing in Season 7 of Clone Wars. And, oh, I am so in for that. Okay. Whew, okay, I think we've gone through a lot of what there is to talk about quickly on this. Let's see. Anything else anybody else has in here they want to go ahead and toss into the chat? Now is a great time. One thing we're going to have to figure out, by the way, in the long run, assuming we have any decent link to whatever the season of Bad Batch is, so we're going to have to figure out what we're doing in terms of, well, both the MCU and Bad Batch. Because once Loki starts up on June 11th, I assume we still have Bad Batch going. And we'll have to figure out what time works best. So it's going to be messy, and my apologies on that, but blame Disney, don't blame me. I wish they had them on 2 different days. If we get a season 2, my guess is it will be on a different day, because they'll have already moved Star Wars off to a second date at that point. Or the MCU, whichever one gets shifted from Friday onto a different day anyway. So sad that's not happening for Bad Batch, though. Ugh. And we know Loki at least is set for a Friday premiere, so I'm assuming it will be Fridays. But anyway, things to talk about later, because we will have, what, like 5 weeks at least of Bad Batch, where there's no MCU or anything else to interfere. So we'll have time. Sportan, yeah, I wish it's something they didn't think about and they'll change. Who knows, maybe when it gets to that date, they'll change it. When Loki starts up, they'll shift Bad Batch off to a different day. And it'll be a test case for them. Not that it's ever good to switch the day a show's coming out in the middle of it coming out, but we could do that. That's possible. Definitely possible. Certainly not anything they've said. I mean, we've got the... followed by new episodes every Friday starting on May 7th. It's like, Scal, no. Bad Batch isn't getting all episodes released at once. I mean, they clearly say new episodes every Friday starting May 7th. So, definitely not. We've got a ginormous 70-minute premiere, which is amazing. But after that, it clearly sounds like we'll be getting weekly episodes for some amount of time. What else do we get in the description? Anything interesting in here? We get the executive producers, co-executive producers. See, follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone War. Members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers, each possess a single... Yeah. All the stuff we know already. How they're all unique and cool. Oh, no worries, Geek Girl, no worries. Yeah, no, I mean, again, the official thing from Star Wars here is every Friday after that. Okay. You know what? Let's watch it one more time. Then I'll probably sign off after that. Just one more time. As we go ahead and tide over the time between now and May the 4th. Which, by the way, is 5 weeks from today. So just under 5 weeks till we have new Bad Batch. Or Bad Batch at all. Oh, let's see. Geek Girlie said, think maybe they're doing that so we'll get the full intro out to hook. Yeah, exactly. Which, hey, I'm not complaining. Also, maybe it's meant to be viewed as a big 70-minute viewing experience rather than really being broken out over 3 weeks. That could definitely be a reason, too. And no, I've not heard about how many episodes that we have. Again, unless it's an incredibly short season or they release numerous episodes every week, it's going into Loki, and there's no way around that. Yeah, that one's sad. It was my worry the whole time was that they wouldn't consider Bad Batch big enough to go do it. Also, there are no more Star Wars shows until you hit December. That was the other half of the problem. And so because of that, my guess is Disney Plus won't break out onto 2 different days until we get all the way up to the Book of Boba, way up in December. So at that point, though, I guess we'll go 2 different days of the week for Star Wars and Marvel, and they'll probably stay separate that way from there on. Because we'll have bunches of Star Wars stuff coming out. Probably a season 2 of Bad Batch next year, hopefully. Crossing the fingers. And then plenty of Marvel stuff. So that's where I'm guessing and what I think is going to happen. But as well as I can prognosticate on anything. It's not like I have any inside knowledge on that. Just a guess. Alright, let's go watch this one last time.
A test is
nice. Man, these visuals. I mean, I've said it before, but the visuals are so nice in
Yet
here.
they exhibit a concerning level of disobedience.
Concerning level.
What else you got? Give me more!
You just gotta imagine what's going on in Tarkin's head as he has to listen to Wrecker down there.
But trouble. But we get the job done.
It's gonna be interesting if that's not a flashback.
You're Clone Force 99.
You know who we are.
Hunter?
Let's go.
It's like it feels like we're gonna use him to introduce them potentially too,
Tick?
in a way.
Rickon?
So it could be a nice way of doing it.
And Crosshair?
Again, I wonder if that's nighttime back over there on Zygeria. Or not Zygeria.
All you need.
Anyway.
I want Clone Force 99 found and wiped out.
The galaxy's a dangerous place to be.
I love that she's going to be in it. Thank you, Ming-Na Wen, popping in. It's great. It's going to be fun.
What do you say, kid? You want to come with us?
How can I help?
And then we got that planet right there, the relatively greenish planet.
The Clone Wars have ended. You can either adapt and
Nice.
survive, or die with the past.
Yeah. Again, I can see that treason. I can see that Beyonder on there. And yeah,
We do what we do.
so many things to question. And like these droids, I wonder.
Strap in, kid.
Nice. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Wrecker can blow Tarkin's mind all on his own. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Oh, Darscale, you're heading out, so my usual to you, have a magical day, and may the Force be with you. And yeah, see you for our next episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. After that, we'll be halfway through the season. It's crazy to me. Yeah, just who is the girl or boy is? I'm wondering that too. It was an interesting comment on the arrow and referencing the Night Sisters with that bow and arrow. But yeah, we're going to find out, obviously. But if we've got over a month, and I just don't know where to guess. I mean, that headpiece just isn't making me think of much. Hello there, Harold. Yes, Saw Gerrera is back. Definitely, I'm definitely convinced, having looked at the images and compared them right over to him, I'm definitely convinced that's Saw. Which also is, add on top of that I think that might be Onderon. It's like, oh yeah. It's going to be, that's going to be cool to see a younger Saw. See just where he is and how extreme he is at that point. I mean, this is going to be just after the Clone Wars end the way they do. We know he blames the Jedi, too, and see exactly what all sends him that direction when he turns against the Empire and starts, having the rebels there and starts his own rebel cell. Oh, it's going to be intriguing. It's going to be too much fun. Too much fun. Okay. Well, everyone, with all of that said, I think it is time to go ahead and sign on off. Definitely looking forward to all of this, so we will be definitely watching that when it comes out, so come join me. We'll all have fun with the premiere episode. That's premiere 70-minute episode. Oh, it's going to be fun. Anyway. Until then, I'm going to go ahead and tell you my usual, which is, everybody, have a magical day, and may the Force be with you. Always.